high can you count on your fingers? It seems like a question with an obvious answer. After all, most of us have 10 fingers, or to be more precise, 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. This gives us a total of 10 digits on our 2 hands, which we use to count to 10. It's no coincidence that the 10 symbols we use in our modern numbering system are called digits as well. But that's not the only way to count. In some places, it's customary to go up to 12 on just one hand. How? Well, each finger is divided into 3 sections, and we have a natural pointer to indicate each one, the thumb. That gives us an easy way to count to 12 on one hand. And if we want to count higher, we can use the digits on our other hand to keep track of each time we get to 12, up to 5 groups of 12, or 60. Better yet, let's use the sections on the second hand to count 12 groups of 12, up to 144. That's a pretty big improvement, but we can go higher by finding more countable parts on each hand. For example, each finger has 3 sections and 3 creases, for a total of 6 things to count. Now we're up to 24 on each hand, and using our other hand to mark groups of 24 gets us all the way to 576. Can we go any higher? It looks like we've reached the limit of how many different finger parts we can count with any precision. So let's think of something different. One of our greatest mathematical inventions is the system of positional notation, where the placement of symbols allows for different magnitudes of value, as in the number 999. Even though the same symbol is used 3 times, each position indicates a different order of magnitude. So we can use positional value on our fingers to beat our previous record. Let's forget about finger sections for a moment and look at the simplest case of having just 2 options per finger, up and down. This won't allow us to represent powers of 10, but it's perfect for the counting system that uses powers of 2, otherwise known as binary. In binary, each position has double the value of the previous one, so we can assign our fingers values of 1, 2, 4, 8, all the way up to 512. And any positive integer up to a certain limit can be expressed as a sum of these numbers. For example, the number 7 is 4 plus 2 plus 1, so we can represent it by having just these 3 fingers raised. Meanwhile, 250 is 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 2. How high can we go now? That would be the number with all 10 fingers raised, or 1023. Is it possible to go even higher? It depends on how dexterous you feel. If you can bend each finger just halfway, that gives us 3 different states: down, half bent, and raised. Now we can count using a base 3 positional system, up to 59,048. And if you can bend your fingers into 4 different states or more, you can get even higher. That limit is up to you and your own flexibility and ingenuity. Even with our fingers in just 2 possible states, we're already working pretty efficiently. In fact, our computers are based on the same principle. Each microchip consists of tiny electrical switches that can be either on or off, meaning that base 2 is the default way they represent numbers. And just as we can use this system to count past 1,000 using only our fingers, computers can perform billions of operations just by counting off ones and zeros.